Ever place a trade only to find out that Wall Street was betting the other way? That blind spot is what Unusual Whales claims to fix, giving you access to the same flow data that the big players use. But does it actually work, or is Tradytics the better choice? I tested both, and what I found might change how you trade forever. So, when I started testing Tradytics versus Unusual Whales, the first thing I did was to dig deep into what other traders are saying about these platforms. Not just like the shiny website claims that they have on the front page that says everything great about these. I'm talking about the raw, unfiltered Unusual Whales and Tradytic reviews, the real stuff that you don't see on polished marketing pages. That's usually where the truth lives, right? I always try to look at the harshest one-star ratings first. And when I did, there was one trader who was absolutely furious about Unusual Whales' redesign. He complained that the update made it impossible to use. And I get it, interface changes can be painful, but honestly, I haven't had those same issues. I'm not sure if it was an interface thing, or it sounds like maybe this guy got hit by a rare glitch after a new rollout if he wasn't able to use it. I mean, anytime you do a big, design overhaul, there's bound to be someone who hits a weird bug, but this just didn't seem to match my experience at all, or even the experiences of most of the trader reviews that I came across. Because many of these traders are praising Unusual Whales for actually making options data simple, even for newer traders, and I didn't see many other mentions about these glitch issues. One trader said he'd been in the markets for 5 years, and this was actually the first time he was consistently profitable month after month. There could be a lot of reasons for that, but the fact that it's on this platform is pretty nice. Another trader said that options can feel overwhelming, but Unusual Whales showed him exactly what to look for and helped him build confidence. And that's powerful. I remember struggling with those same blind spots in my first year, so that hit home for me. Meanwhile, Tradytics didn't completely escape the fire either. There's this Tradytics review from a user who straight up called them frauds. He was furious that even after canceling, they kept taking money from his account. And look, billing issues happen, but if you keep pulling cash after a user cancels, that's a deal breaker, right? With Unusual Whales, I never ran into any shady billing, so that just felt safer. And in reviews, people really trust them to handle subscriptions fairly, which is, a huge plus. Now, let's look into their features, because this is where Tradytics versus Unusual Whales really parts ways. I tested everything hands-on myself, because I wanted to see if the Unusual Whales' reputation was earned, or, just hype from what I've heard. So let's kick off with the one feature that blew my mind, the Insider Trades tool. So this this actually enables you to track almost in real time exactly when executives or inside traders buy or dump their own company's stock. That kind of thing is a goldmine. I could see insider trades flow in and out. So like as soon as I hit SEC filings, right from the dashboard. So I didn't have to, chase the rumors about it. I actually saw the real data itself. Tradytics doesn't have anything nearly this deep for insider trades, and that kind of thing shows. Then there's the whale feed, basically a live look at giant trades moving through lit exchanges. You know those $100,000 block trades that make you wonder like who just made that kind of power move? The whale feed lets you see these kinds of trades instantly, even after hours or in pre-market. There was a few of these that I saw that got pretty interesting. So this kind of thing was a game changer for me because big money often signals big opportunities. Tradytics tries to do something similar with dark pool flow, but honestly, I found their feed clunkier, slower, and less clear than what Unusual Whales delivers. I also really leaned on the portfolio manager. After linking my brokerage, I could see every position across multiple accounts at a glance. That let me connect my options trades with my stock holdings, so I wasn't just, flying blind. Tradytics doesn't give you a true portfolio overview just like this one. You'd have to, I think, track that separately, which felt pretty half-baked. And I can't ignore the portfolios feature, tracking Congress trades, people like Nancy Pelosi, or even Dave Portnoy all in one place. I mean, that's just wild. I could literally follow these folks in near real time. I mean, if politicians are front running something, why shouldn't we at least see it? And the Periscope SPX exposure, that one really turned my head too. It gives a daily read on actual market maker positioning, which means that I can basically see which way the big guys might be leaning before they move the whole market. That's light years beyond any random open interest scanner. Tradytics leans on its AI bots to guess positioning, but I trust hard data more than models trained on historical averages. Then there's this market tide overview showing basically a bird's eye of market health, and the ticker overview tab that gives insights down to a specific stock's options flow. Tradytics tries to replicate this with more general Tradytics AI dashboards, but I never felt that they were as actionable or as focused on options. Unusual Whales is laser focused on options, and you feel that edge the second you dig into it. And when you mix in their Discord with actual traders sharing breakdowns and their huge educational library, you start to see why people stick with Unusual Whales over Tradytics, especially if options are your jam. By comparison, sure, Tradytics offers some fancy AI pattern recognition and even a cool Discord bot, but in my view, they spread themselves too thin. It feels like they try to cover everything, options, stocks, crypto, dark pools, CTA, but none of it really goes deep enough to make sure that I actually trust it with some serious money. Unusual Whales, on the other hand, goes all in on just options flow and whale data, with some of the strongest, most consistent features that I've seen. And that's exactly what I want when real dollars are on the line. All right, I'll keep it real. It's Unusual Whales is not perfect, right? There's something I found with it that can be an issue for some people. It can feel a bit intimidating when you first sign up. There's just so much data, flows, portfolios, exposure tools. It can all be like just a bit of a fire hose of information. I remember thinking, like when I was starting, like where do I even start with this? But honestly, that's the price of having a truly powerful platform. But once you spend maybe a few hours poking around, it just clicks. And if you ever get stuck with anything, their Discord and Help Center are pretty solid. So yeah, if I had to nitpick, that learning curve might trip you up for a day or two, but after that, you're pretty set. And when compared to Tradytics Premium in cost, Unusual Whales feels pretty reasonably priced, especially for retail traders who want to step up to institutional grade data. It might feel like a little bit much for a casual investor who only trades once in a while, but if you're serious about trading options, it's worth it. Just check the link in the description for the most current pricing plan and available promos. I'll do my best to keep it updated. This way, you'll know exactly what you're getting before you pull the trigger. And for anyone comparing Tradytics versus Unusual Whales, let's be real. Unusual Whales gives you more for the buck if options flow is your priority. So what's the bottom line here? I tested Tradytics versus Unusual Whales with my own trades, and Unusual Whales just delivered more. From tracking Congress trades to reading market maker positioning to real-time whale alerts, it wasn't just helpful, it changed how I approached the market. Click the link in the description to get the current promo and start exploring for yourself.